Hello, this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. Today with a small favour or treat box. I've seen this box on a YouTube channel called Stempel ABC Susanne Schöder. It's a German YouTube channel. And yeah, it just caught my eye because I thought it's a nice little project and it's nice for little chocolates that I can give away. I'm creating a sea-themed version today, but I think this would be great as well for Christmas, for wedding favours, or these sorts of little occasions where you need little favour boxes. The reason why it is sea-themed for me is this. I have bought this little bag of ephemera from the Made to Surprise range. It's called Under the Sea. About 2 years ago, I think. I can't even remember when I bought it. I know there was a big release and I just bought this. But yeah, I haven't used it yet and I've only just opened the bag here. I haven't even looked at it when it came. But I thought it would be nice to use this. And so I thought I'd have a look through my stash of cardstock or design paper, whether I've got anything sea themed. Of course I have, because I've got plenty of papers. And I've got this one here from the Works. That's at least 2 years old, if not, it's probably older, because I remember making a card with this paper here a long time before I had my YouTube channel. This is 230 GSM, so you want something fairly sturdy to create the box, because you don't want the box to be too flimsy. But any cardstock is fine. You could just use plain cardstock and then embellish it. This is really up to you. I will show you the measurements I'm using. Let me just pop this away. The lady in that YouTube channel, she did it all in centimeters, and I adapted it, not exactly, but the way I thought it, 4 inches. What I have done is here, I have cut my cardstock to 6 inches by 6.5. Reason being is I wanted to keep from this 12 by 12 pack, I wanted to keep a strip of 6 inches for my next project. But obviously you can make this longer if you want to and put more than just 1 or 2 chocolates into this. And you can also make it bigger as long as you've got, let me just show you my little measurements here, as long as you've got multiples of the same width. I have gone for the width of a half, which means, as I said, the panel is 6.5 because we've got 4 panels and then we've got a flap. I'll tell you about the other score lines in a moment. But as I said, you could have this 2 inches wide, so have a strip that is 8.5 wide. You don't even need the half strip here. If you wanted to use A4 cardstock, which is 8 1/4 wide, you could just have a quarter flap. It doesn't really matter. And as I said, you can have this much longer as well. So on my piece here, I have already gone ahead and scored this at a half, 3, 4.5 and 6. This is on the long edge on the 6.5, so make sure, because these are so close, that you don't confuse this. So let me just show you this. So I've already scored this. And actually my little doodle here is the wrong way around. On my scoreboard I'm going this way, so I've got the flap here on the left hand side. And I've also put a score line here at 1.5, which is the same width as these panels. So if you alter these to 2 inches, you need the score line at 2 inches. Looks a bit wonky, but I think that's just the pattern on this. So that's all you need for now. I'm packing my scoreboard away and then I'll show you what we do. The first thing we need to do is create the base. And all I'm doing for that is I'm cutting the score lines away. So I'm cutting on the right hand side of the score line and I'm cutting off on the left hand side of the score line, but only to this 1.5 inch line there. So let me just zoom in a little bit more. Hopefully you can see then what I'm doing. If you wanted to, you could cut these a little bit more at an angle, but I like to do it this way. The lady in the video, Susanna Schroeder, she cut 2 of these even much shorter, but I don't like that too much. I like to have the full base. So on this one here, I'm cutting the flap on a little angle like this. If I don't catch it completely, I'll just go in again. I'm just checking here on the back whether I need to pull anything away. So I haven't burnished these yet, so I can fold these over now and go over this with my bone folder. I could have done it beforehand, but it doesn't really matter. So, and I will also burnish all these lines now. Let me just zoom out again. That will just definitely give a nicer finish to the card, and it will be easier for the next step. So I can't remember whether I mentioned that if you want to cut this flap down, you can do this, but I think 1/2 inch is okay. 1/4 inch I think would be too small, so I think this is fine. So now we need to close this and glue this down. So what I'm doing is, I think I will use, do I use some tape? No, I will use some wet glue. I like to use my Cosmic Shimmer, oops, sorry about the noise there, Cosmic Shimmer acrylic glue. That is the best one I find. It's a quick grab glue, so this will glue very quickly. So I'm making sure I don't put too much on so it doesn't ooze out. And I'm just folding this flat here, and I'm folding on the second score line. Just fold this one over, just fold it flat, and then it should meet this really nicely. If we've got a bit of an overhang, that doesn't matter. Can you see I've got a tiny slither there? If I wanted to, I could cut it down, but sometimes it's my scoreboard. I think that's a bit out of line there. So I'm leaving that to dry for a few moments. In the meantime, I'm getting a silicone mat because I need to add some score lines, but I don't like doing that on my scoreboard. I find that too fiddly. I'd rather just do it with my ruler and my scoring tool. So my flap has dried well enough now. It's just about 2 minutes. And I'm putting my flap here in the back. So I've folded it flat like this. I now have got a silicone mat here. This is just a kitchen mat that I've cut down. And I've got my ruler here and a pencil. And I'm marking on the side here 1.5 inches. And I'm doing the same on this side. If you alter the width of these panels, you need the same width or depth here. So if you make these 2 inches wide, you need to go down 2 inches. So, and what you then need to do is you put a line here from this corner to the 1.5 inch mark here, and from this corner to the 1.5 inch mark there. And you go a bit heavy, just actually putting this aside, because you need to go through onto the other side. We need to go through both of these layers to have a nice fold line and see on the other side where it is. That's why we've got the silicone mat underneath. So you've just seen I've just gone over it multiple times. Well, actually I just moved the ruler a little bit there just to hit that top there. So if I turn it over now, I can see where the lines are, and I will just reinforce it from this side. If you're not sure, if it doesn't go through, you can always put the pencil marks down again and do it that way. So I'll now quickly erase the pencil marks. Although they've almost disappeared. got a little bit of a mark. Oh, that's, I tell you what, I've got two little marks here. I don't know if the camera picks it up. That is from the double layer here from the flap. So now that we've done this, you fold it this way round, and then you cut these triangles off here. Again, I don't know. Sometimes I think my phone display shows less than my camera actually picks up. So, because I've actually got my head above the phone, so I can see whether I'm on the screen here. So just cut these off. So obviously double layered. So, and then we need to pinch this at the score lines a little bit, because this is where we fold them in. I'm wondering whether the best thing is to, it might actually be the best to close this shut. So I'm having a look again where I've got the back. So that's the back here, and so I want these to be on the front. So I'm folding them over this way, and again I'm using my quick grab glue. So I'm applying glue on here. So you might need poking with a needle. Folding this down, folding the next one over, and making sure it's straight. Let me just zoom out a little bit because I'm conscious. I hope this is all in focus. So, and then I can put glue on here. You can use an acrylic glue like Collal. That would make it a little bit sturdier. But then again, this is only a treat box, so you don't need really a construction glue, but it would give you a little bit of wiggle room. When you've done that, you just go into this with your bone folder or any tool and just press this down a little bit. Then you've got a really neat finish, and I like the fact that you've got the front has got this edge and you don't see too much from the back. Oh, sorry, this way around. So all we need to do now is basically pinch the closure. So you press this bit down here, and then, as I said, pinch it on the score line. The heavier the cardstock, the more difficult this will be. And this is why you needed to score these lines properly. I should have done the back one first, actually. Oh no, this is the back one. Let me just pull, yeah. Let me just pull this out again and do the other one. And one thing I remember now that the lady did, she put on the one that's the back one, which is actually now on the side. Okay. Yeah, maybe I did it differently. Mine's actually on the side now, this back thing. The one that she decided would sit on the back, she put a hole here with a hole punch. I'll just get this out and show you what I mean. I've got this little hole punch here, or circle punch. I'm not sure what size it is. I should have written it down. It's the only one I own. And this allows you to put a little cutout here. Maybe I should have done that before I put the box together. So I'm just placing it like here. That's why I open it so I can see as well what I'm doing. Trying to have it in the center. And I'm just cutting it like this. So what this does is it cuts a little bit out for the fingers, so it's easier to pull it open when it's like this. And the other one just folds over the top. And again, I'm just pinching it a little bit to have this shape. And that's basically it. That's the treat box. So as I said, you can make this longer, wider, bigger. The word is your oyster there. Again, which goes with the sea theme. So now I just want to decorate this a little bit. So I'm just having a look at my ephemera, what I've got there. And I think I will also put a ribbon on this. I was just thinking to myself, I wonder whether I've got a sentiment to go with this. And something dawned on me, and I had another look in my stash. I thought I only bought the ephemera. No, I didn't. I also bought the sentiment stamp set. Maybe it was on offer and this is why I bought it, but it's one of those things that I don't do anymore. Buy things although and then don't really use them. But yeah, I think this is not a nice stamp set actually. It's got lots of sea themed sentiments that are really useful, but because it's a small box I just went for this one here, Best Fishes, and I just stamped it on a circle die cut, and then that allows me to just decorate the box here. And instead of a ribbon, again, I delved into my stash. I have got this fish scale or mermaid scale washi tape, so I thought I might just as well use that. So what I want to do is, because I will place this probably here, I want this to start and end behind that circle there. Excuse me, I just had to switch the camera off there for a little cough. So I'm hoping that this ends up where I've started, but I'm not sure. So I'm just pressing it down as I go along. So it does go up and down, but hopefully it comes back anyway near to where I was. That'll do me. I find the problem with washi tape is it doesn't stick down permanently, and this is why it's a good thing, I think, to come back where I started from. And yeah, that'll hide nicely here behind it. So I've just picked a few of the ephemera here, 2 lots of the seaweed, and then I really like these sort of calm fishes here, and I thought a seahorse for the other side. I will quickly stick these down off camera again, I think either with this glue or my magic glue, and then I'll just show you the finished box. Just popping in again. If you've got a big embellishment like this one and doesn't want to stick down properly, just open up your box, press it down and go in with your bone folder. Have the embellishment flat on your desk and then it'll stick better. Got a bit of glue oozing out there, but I can just wipe that away. I think that helps to know that. So here's my little treat box. I thought about putting some of these ephemera up on foam tape, but I decided against this. And this little seahorse was a bit of a squeeze there. I'm covering a little bit of the sentiment, but I think the recipient can still work out what it is. Yeah, and I think this is really cute. If you wanted to, I suggest, but I haven't tried this yet, putting the ephemera down before you create the bottom here. I'm not quite sure how well the washi tape, but that should make a difference for the washi tape, how that goes round. But I think it would be easier if you got a flat piece to glue these down. But yeah, I think this is really cute, and as I said, would work for many occasions, as you know, favour boxes. And yeah, I think this is really cute. And if you like this too, you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you soon with another video.